Good morning, agents. Luis Moreno here with Simply Health Insurance Agency in partnership with 360 Insurance Group. Got a great question from an agent today. And so I decided I'm going to shoot a video on it. And here's the question. Question is, does anyone have some good resources on company structure when selling ACA? Sadly, there isn't, but I'm going to share what I have done. The pros and cons of LOA versus other independent options. Currently, I'm not taking an override on agents I have lined up. However, I want volume to reflect in my organization. If I decide to provide leads and take an override, what would be the best structure? All right, so very interesting question. And the final question is, has anyone ever created an agency as a nonprofit? Oh, Jesus. Okay, so let's talk about that. Okay, but before I do that, guys, number one, so like my video, comment, and if you would, subscribe to my channel. I got a lot of ACA and Medicare resources coming your way. Okay, so let's hop on this thing. So to answer this question, let's go to the very the very last question, nonprofit. No. I don't see why you wouldn't want to do this to make money. Okay, I would assume if you want to consider a nonprofit, maybe you're getting a salary somewhere, maybe you got a trust. I have no idea. But in this business, we're all here to help insurers. And also in doing so, we make a good living by earning a commission. All right. So if you want to give away the money to somebody, a charity, whatever, well, then it's, that's on you. But most of us agents are here to make a living. And so, no, I've never set anything up as an agency as a nonprofit. Okay, so that question's out the door. But let's talk about structure. Okay, so if you have an agency, you have two ways to earn money in this ACA business. One is as an actual producer. So you talk to insureds and you sell policies and you earn a per member per month commission. Okay, so we get paid as earned in this business. We get no advance commissions, and so we earn a dollar amount. Now it varies per state and it varies per carrier and it varies per your contract. Just depends. Okay, so it's all over the board. On average, I would say it's about $25 a month. Okay, so we'll run some numbers showing that $25 a month. Okay, so you can earn money as a producer, as an agent. Now, if you want to get into an agency, then you can have, which would be like LOA. So you would have agents underneath you. Okay, maybe they're not considered independent agents. They're considered employees of your agency. Maybe you're paying them a salary. You provide them an office. You provide them leads, or they're hourly workers. They're your workers. And so those guys are different from independent agents. So LOAs are going to be guys that are underneath you, and they're going to write business, and they're going to use the main agent's NPN as the agent of record. Okay, so we'll talk about that. And then you have the ability within our organization to build a downline. Okay, now there's not a lot of money. It's all about volume on a downline. So a downline means that you've recruited some agents. They are not your employees. Okay, they're not your employees, and you want to get them started with ACA. You're going to help them out. You're going to be their primary source of contact. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make an override on their commission, which pretty much means they're going to take a lesser commission than you. All right. So we got to talk about that. What's fair? I've seen all over the board. I've seen $2, which I think is good. If you're going to provide some support, some training, you're going to hold their hand. You're going to help them out. I've seen some where they take $10 a head. And usually it's because these agents don't know any better. And those organizations don't do anything. I mean, I've seen it all over the board. So there's no set standard. So I put a little screen together. It's my handwriting, so I'm sorry you're going to have to deal with it. But here's what I put together. Okay, so let's talk about over here on this side. So ACA, I put an average of $25 a month or per member per month. So if you have 100 members, in your book of business, you're going to make on average by the end of the year, $30,000 in annualized commissions. This is where the real money is, guys. All right, if you've got 200, you're at 60,000. If you've got 400 members at 120,000. Now, this would be for just the agent producing. Now, if you want to duplicate your efforts, you want to hire employees, pay them a wage or a salary. These LOA, these agents underneath you, what needs to happen is they need to be licensed, they need to have their health license, and they need to be certified. They do not need to be contracted. Okay, you will in turn take your individual agent account with Health Sherpa, and you will create an agency account. It's a matter of a phone call. It's instant. Then these LOA agents, you will send them a email with a join code to join your agency. They will log in, and they'll create a login, and their licensing and certification will be verified by Health Sherpa before they can get in. And then once that happens, what you will do is you'll grant them the authority, or some authorities. So you grant them whether they can see your book or only their book that they write. You'll grant them the ability to use only your NPN or their NPN. And I would suggest with these type of guys, these LOA guys, that you would only, let me erase that, sorry, that you would only grant them the authority to use your NPN. That way you control the commissions, you control the bonuses, you control everything because you're paying them a salary and wage. Now, what do you pay those guys? There is no set standard, no standard at all. Okay, you could be paying them hourly, you could be paying them a salary, you could be paying them a bonus on top of what they earn. My guys here, they earn different amounts. They all have a salary, and then based on that salary, they may earn a one-time bonus depending on whether the policy that they wrote was a lead from me, or if it was a lead that they brought, that they, in their own marketing or whatever they did, they brought to the agency. So again, no set standard. Now, let's talk about downline agents. You want to get into recruiting. It's all about volume here. So if you want to recruit, so let's say that you're at $25 per member per month and you want to recruit and bring some downline agents. Well, if a downline agent is you're going to take a $2 override, that means they're going to earn $23 per member per month. You're going to earn $2 per member per month. Okay. Well, how are you going to justify that $2? What are you going to do for them? Okay, you got to do something for them. Okay, you got to have the knowledge in ACA because you're going to be their point of contact. You're their upline. So you got to help them out. You're going to train them. Now you can plug them in. If you're part of our organization, you can plug them into my ACA 101 course, and I will train them. I'll get them up to speed. I'll take them from A to Z, zero to hero. But when they start writing and they have questions, because you're their upline and you're earning that $2 per month per member override, then they call you and you walk them through it. You help them out. This is what you need to do, whatever the issue is. Now, if it's a complicated case, okay, then it gets escalated to me, but you're the first point of contact for these agents. Now, if you are providing leads to them, if you are providing an office to these people for them to work, if you've got overhead costs, well, then yes, you can justify a much larger override. But is there a standard? No, there isn't a standard. Okay, you kind of pick what works, what's fair. We don't want to poke agents' eyes out, but we do want to earn a living. And if you're supporting them, then you deserve to get an override. Just depends. All right. Now, they don't want to give up an override, then throw them to the wolves. Hey, they can get their full commissions, but they got to go figure it out on themselves. Okay. And what happens to most of those agents? They drown. Okay. Agents need support. ACA is not that hard, but they do need training, and agents do need support. So most agents, and you see a ton of them struggling all over the country. I mean, that's all I do all day long is I talk to agents, and without training and support, You would think that they could do it on their own. And no, yes, of course they want to earn their full commissions, but come on, nobody works for free. Somebody's, there's got to be a little give and take there. You give a little bit up so that you can, is it you take a little bit, I don't know what it is, but either way, hey, we got to earn a little bit of money so that we can support you. So that's how this thing works. And then if we're supporting you and helping you, we're all going to win because you're going to make money on volume. Okay. So that's kind of the best way that I can explain this. Agents out there, if you're part of our organization, you already know all this. If you're not part of our organization and you're interested, you want to sell ACA, you want to build downline agents, you want to have LOA agents in your agency. Okay. Where you're at doesn't work. You got to get with me quick. Okay. Because we're going to have blackout dates where you can't transfer your contracts to us. Or if you're an agent who is not doing ACA, you're like, man, I love what you're talking about. I want to do this. My email is down below. Hit me up, guys. All right. I'm going to post up here information on my course. I have an ACA 101 course. If you want to buy my course, I take you A to Z, zero to hero, everything about ACA, the basics of ACA, and we get into quoting, enrollment, and how to cross-sell ancillary products like dental and vision, indemnity products. And then, of course, that we can offer a life insurance. We can offer auto and home insurance, which is how I grow my P&C agency. There's a lot of products that we can put together. And on top of that, you ACA agents that have ACA books, you all know this book eventually will age into Medicare. And that's when you're going to get a lot of new to Medicare, which every agent is just dying to get their hands on. So where do you get your true turning 65 clients? From your ACA book of business. Guys, it is a great business. There are a lot of agents hopping on board. Okay, a lot of agents are starting to wake up and see the opportunity. So hurry up. Don't waste time. Get into this business before it gets saturated with a ton of agents. So glad I could help. Again, this is Luis Moreno. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I've got a bunch of information down below, guys. You can email me for contracting. You can look into my ACA 101 course. You can look into, which I'll post up here. And then you can also look into my my agent CRM, the CRM that I recommend. And then if you want to know how I wrote so many policies during the last open enrollment, I keep bragging about this because it's very good for us. We wrote a little under 1,400 new business applications in 2.5 months. And it was through our Facebook lead program. I got information on that down there. 1,400 equals to about $400,000 in commissions, annualized commissions. And some serious money, guys. So let's giddy up. Okay, don't forget information down below. Click on the button up here and you get my class and make sure you subscribe.